Hello, this is Susie Berry, and today I am delivering a little session on giving you tips to help your gallbladder meridian. And the reason I picked gallbladder meridian is that your gallbladder is the wood element. Wood tends to be really driven, and when you're angry, that wood element can go a little bit crazy, and you can go a bit overboard. And I know yesterday there was a lot of protests going on, and I didn't take part in them because my parents are living with me, so I have to be careful about social distancing. But I was taking part online, and I sent out Reiki to everybody that was taking part, making sure everybody was safe. And I'm really glad that they were in Glasgow and those protests went ahead really well. But even though those protests went ahead really well, I am seeing on my Facebook tons of anger everywhere. This whole situation with lockdown, with people being angry with the government, with people being angry with the police because of George Floyd, everybody's angry. And so today I want to address that by looking at your gallbladder meridian and showing you how you can look after your gallbladder meridian so that just rather than feeling that I'm pissed off way, you can use that to do something with your life. You might want to go out and create a rap about it, rather than just being a keyboard warrior or something. Really write something that actually motivates people to do something about it, to create change in a positive way. So that's what this is all about today, and I really hope that you're going to get a lot from it. So the gallbladder neurolymphatics are where I'm going to start off. Neurolymphatic points help with draining out the lymphatic fluid in your body, and they can always be a little bit sore. So each lesson that I've done each week, I've always done a little bit of work on neurolymphatics, and this week is no different. So gallbladder neurolymphatics are either side of your breastbone. So if you just come straight to your breastbone and then come out an inch on either side, and you're going to massage there. Okay. And I know these can be a little bit sore, so if you're pissed off, you can direct that at me, because I'm going to make you do something that is a little bit sore for a few seconds. But over time, these points get less sore because your lymph isn't clogged up. The more clogged that your lymph fluid is, the sorer these points are. So just working straight down your either side of your breastbone can really help to unclog the lymphatic fluid. So you can work down with your fingers, or you can work back up again, just in between each of your ribs, either side of your breastbone. Really putting in a lot of pressure, working all the way back up. Okay. Okay, so gallbladder relates to feeling empowered to get your heart's mission done. So you really want to open up this whole heart space, clear out the lymphatic fluid around your heart so you can be drawn forward by your heartstrings instead of being thinking all up here. Okay, so just put your hands on your heart for a little second and take a nice deep breath. So the affirmation that goes along with gallbladder is, I assert myself peacefully and I let go of judgment easily. So if you can say that and honestly believe it and think, yeah, I don't have any judgments of myself or anybody else, I'm living on cloud 9 and everything's fine, then you go off and do something else with the rest of your night. But if you're sitting there going, no, that guy's an XYZ, oh, she did that, and oh, I hate myself for doing that, then you're in the right place. And I hope I can get you out of that way of thinking by the end of today. Okay, so when you've got all those emotions going on, the way to clear those emotions is by working with neurovasculars. And your neurovascular points for the gallbladder are actually in a really strange place. All the other meridians have neurovascular points on your head. Gallbladder is the only one that has them on your body. So they're actually directly on your collarbone. So you're going to press in, just come to the center of your neck, and then either side, just hold here and here. And this is the two gallbladder points. You've also got one directly at the top of your head. So if you come from your ear straight up to the baby soft spot right in the center of your head. So this point up here, I have used it for several of the lessons so far because it relates to so many different meridian points. The last one is the gallbladder. So just hold here for a little while and repeat to yourself, I let go of judgment. Okay. And if that feels really difficult for just now, then you can perhaps take a note of what judgments you need to work through. And think about asserting yourself peacefully. So just close your eyes for a little while and visualize asserting yourself peacefully. Okay. So just take a few nice deep breaths and think about what that means for you. I assert myself peacefully. So maybe you've had a difficult dialogue with somebody on Facebook that you need to apologize for because you've said something that you wouldn't necessarily say to their face. And maybe you want to just send them a nice wee meme to say, I'm sorry, just open up that dialogue again. Or perhaps you can assert yourself peacefully with family members that you've really struggled to see them over lockdown or felt like a lot of resistance. Then you can assert yourself peacefully with a cup of tea, you know, inviting them around and just saying, okay, we need to have a proper chat and sit in the garden and get out whatever needs to be aired. So I only teach these points a little bit each class because I feel like you can really deep dive into them. You can hold on to them yourself, or you can get a friend to hold on to them for you and really talk through those feelings. What comes up when you think about asserting yourself? Do you kind of think, oh, no, I don't want to have to deal with that person, or I don't want to have to say this or that? What comes up for you? What does it mean to assert yourself? And remember, you can always post in the group what these classes bring up for you. If any of you end up over the next week going off and having a conversation with somebody where you do assert yourself, then I would love to hear about it. So usually I hold on to these points until I feel a pulsing through my fingers or heat or tingling. So you can let me know if you feel the same. And for today, I've had to have a difficult conversation or two, so I think it's taking a little bit longer to shift than it might normally. I'm just going to hold here, and you can hold along with me and just breathe deeply into that feeling. Okay. I'm starting to shake already. So that's good. That lets me know the energy is starting to shift, and you might feel the same. So now I'm going to go on to the second set of points. Like I said before, gallbladder points are really weird. And you've got some points on the very back of your knees. So I'm going to continue to hold at the collarbone. I'm going to show you where the knee points are. So basically from kind of hard to show you the back of my knee. So from the inside, you've got, basically it comes up in a diagonal line from the inside of your knee up like that, and you can just hold 3 points here, here, and here. Okay, and you can hold the same on the other side. So you can just hold both of your knees at the same time. I'm actually going to hold that knee together with the top of my head. just because the head points are so powerful. And I'll hold them together, and you can hold one knee or two at the same time. Okay. And this can be really powerful shift in your body, and just acknowledge where you're at. It can be really useful just to hold onto your knees. I've been doing a lot of training to get to do the splits, so my knees have actually been really painful recently. So actually just holding onto my knees for a little while can be really powerful and interesting, just watching the emotions that come up around judgment of my own flexibility or lack thereof. Okay, so just holding onto the back of your knee and breathing, and just holding that head point. And letting go of judgments for today. And then switching over, you can bring the other hand to the baby soft spot on your head and take 3 fingers to the back of your knee. So one just above the joint on the outside, one in the center of the joint, and one just below the joint on the inside of the knee. Okay, that's where you've got your neurovasculars for your gallbladder. And you can always massage or rub or just hold. And it's really nice, actually, if you can get somebody else to hold on to the points for you. So you're going to just press in and pull apart just that point where you're holding onto your head, just pulling energy across from your head. Okay. And your gallbladder, a meridian, it starts at your temples, moves down to your ears, makes a circle back around right over your head, and does a V right over your head. So you've got tons of gallbladder energy moving in this whole point all around your head area. So I've taught how to do the crown pull in previous classes. For this one, you can push in and pull apart for the normal crown pull, but for the gallbladder particularly, it's really great to do a crown pull diagonally as well to open up the sides of your head. So you push in and pull your hands apart, okay? Push in and pull apart, push in and pull apart right across the side of your head, okay? So the same on the other side, just push in and pull apart, push in, pull apart, push in and pull apart, okay? And then just down either side of your head. Now these points can actually be a little bit tender sometimes. So your gallbladder, it runs right round over just above the top of your ears. Usually when I'm doing an Indian head massage, I'll check in with the person whether or not they like a lot of pressure, because these points can be a little bit tender. So what's really good to do is just massage them for 10 seconds, putting in a fair bit of pressure and then coming off, okay? So just giving yourself a nice rub and breathe out, okay? And you might have found while you were doing that a particular point that was more tender than the others. If you did, then come back to it. I'm just going to give it one more rub and see if I can find a point on myself that feels like that. Just giving it. So I was following this yesterday with Prune, and actually yesterday I had a point just here that was particularly tender as opposed to everything else, but actually today it doesn't feel tender anymore because I did that yesterday. But I'm going to get you to just follow with me, just doing one more rub. If you find a particular point while you're rubbing there, just work on it. I'm just going to work just above my ears, and you can do the same. Just breathing in. And because these points are so tender, it's really good to just do it for 10 seconds, stop, let that decongest a bit, and then come back to it as often as you feel that you need to really decompress all the energy that gets stagnant around the gallbladder meridian as it moves through your head. Okay, so because we were starting here, you're gonna just massage the starting points of your gallbladder meridian. So it's just above the opening to the ears. I'm just working that whole area. You can give it a good tap just to stimulate it, get it started moving. Okay, and then it ends on your fourth toe. So you're going to come to that and give that a good tap as well, just to stimulate it moving. So I'm going to just jump up onto the table so you can see where I'm working. So just come to your fourth toe, massage your fourth toe, give it that a good tap as well. And we're working in tapping that gallbladder meridian, really helping it to shift any energy. So from your fourth toe, you're going to come straight up to your ankles, and just where your ankle bend is, you can feel that kind of little hollow as you just move your ankles up and down. Okay, from that little hollow, you're just going to press and massage there. Okay, just rubbing as much as you like. This is the gallbladder source point. So the massage here actually sends a direct energy hit to your gallbladder organ itself, as opposed to the pathway. So this is really great to work on. Okay, really massaging into these points, really feeling the energy there. In my case, the right hand's ligaments were torn a long time ago, so I massage this point quite a lot, make sure that it doesn't get decongested. So really giving that a good rub, and you can always tap in there to help that source point along to function a bit better. Okay. So now that you've tapped the start and the end points, and you've massaged that source point, you're actually going to flush the whole meridian. Now, the gallbladder meridian is probably one of the most jaggedy kind of energies that there are. There's lots of kind of movements and points in it. And when I first was learning it, it was quite ironic because I was kind of really judging myself for not getting the gallbladder meridian right. So if you're following along and feeling like you're not sure about it, you don't know exactly how to do it, then you can always go to innersource.net and you can see the pictures on there of the gallbladder meridian. I work with this fantastic book. So you go, this is Energy Medicine by Donna Eden and David Feinstein. It has all of the meridians in there. So I'm going to go through how you would flush your gallbladder meridian. So your gallbladder meridian, it starts at just above your ears. It ends on your fourth toe. To flush it, what you do is trace it backwards and then forwards again 3 times. Okay, so I'm going to start off on your fourth toe, just going straight up around the outside of your legs, coming up back on your hips, forward at your waist, back around the back of your shoulders, coming to top of your neck, over your head, back behind your ears, and then back over your ears. Make a little circle and then come down. Okay, so I'm going to do that once. That forwards now. So from your ears, you're going to go up, trace a little circle, come behind your ears, go forward to the front of your head, go back again, come back, around the back of your shoulders, forwards on your hips, back on your glutes, and straight down and off your fourth toe. Okay? So once more, you're going to come to your temples, go down to the opening of your ears, back up again, make a little circle on your forehead, come round the back of your ears, forward to your hairline, and then back over your head, round to the back of your shoulders, come forward onto your waist, back over your glutes, and then straight down and off your fourth toe. Okay, one more time. So down to the opening of the ears, back up and round the back of your ears, forward to your hairline, back over your head, round the back of your sides, straight down, back, and off your fourth toe. Okay, so that is how you flush your gallbladder meridian. Now, I know I went over that quite quickly. I'm going to come back and do everything that I teach once more at the end. That is a particularly difficult one to do. But flushing your gallbladder, once you know how to do it, can give you that extra oomph to drive you ahead and to do what you need to get done. Okay, so seed points. Okay. Now, gallbladder alarm points are just on your rib cage. If you come to your rib cage and then come down an inch or so, you've got a couple of points there, and you've got a couple of points just at the edge of either rib cage. So you can just massage in here. So I'm going to show you exactly where is in my rib cage. So just here, okay, and then further along, okay, there and there. So you want to come an inch below your rib cage on the inside, and then an inch or so in from the sideline. Okay, you're massaging those points there, and these points can be a little bit tender, especially if you've had any gallbladder problems. Usually, especially if you've actually had your gallbladder removed, I would say these points might be really tender, but they're really important to work. So what you can do is just bring your fingers to either side and just pull them apart. Just stretch the skin so you've got a little bit of myofascial release, and then work just on either side of the rib cage there. Okay, just pushing in and pulling apart. Pushing in and pulling apart. Okay. So you can always just rub right along your rib cage just to really clear that up as well. Right. And a really great point for doing headaches actually lies right along the side of your thigh. So I'm going to just bring this down a little bit to show you exactly where it would lie. So if you have your hands straight down, if you're standing straight, where you would naturally just curl your fingers, that is gallbladder 31. Okay, so gallbladder 31, just I'm going to come up so you can see just here. And you might find it's a little bit sore, particularly if you are feeling headache at the moment. It's a really great point to work in if you've got a headache. If you're feeling angry, then this can be a really, really good place to work. Any anger that's coming up, okay? Really rubbing that in quite intensively. Okay. Now, I had a friend who yesterday was kind of had a little bit of a Facebook rant. Understandably, she had something really rubbish going on in her life, and she was told off for swearing in another Facebook group. So if you want to get your swear on, now's the time. I'm not going to swear, but this little exercise, it's called expelling the venom. And each of the elemental exercises have different sounds that go along with them that help move things out and shift energy out of your body. The sound that goes along with the wood element is shh. Okay, I don't particularly like shh. It doesn't work for me because I was shushed a lot in previous relationships, and I won't get into that. So I won't shush. I will normally say shoo. That is my preferred choice because I imagine that I'm shooing away the things that have made me angry. However, my teachers have also said that they've heard all sorts of expletives. And if that's how you feel and you feel like you really need to express what's been going on, then you can use your expletive of choice. If there's somebody that's been really getting in your face and you want to just imagine shouting at them, getting all that rage out, then you can use their name. So I'm going to use Shu, but you can use whatever you want to. Okay? And all you're going to do is, for the past week or so, whatever has been making you angry, getting your back up, you're going to imagine grabbing that with both of your hands. Imagine that energy piling up in your hands, okay? Make your hands into fists, bring them up over your head, and then you're going to just breathe in nice and deeply, and as you breathe out, you're going to say shoot or your word of choice, okay? I'm going to come around and just shoot, okay? So again, just nice deep breath in. Imagining all that stuff you want to get rid of, and shoo! 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 Okay? Now, if you want to record yourself doing that, you're more than welcome to. It's really great to just remind yourself. Sometimes you can imagine whatever has been on your mind, and then I've done this exercise where I've kind of said somebody's name, or I've thought about something that's been annoying me, and then a year later I'll watch that recording and go, oh my god, I can't believe that was making me angry, or I'm so over that. And it's really nice actually to just acknowledge where you're at and where you have been. So if you want to, you can always just shoo whatever is on your mind away. Okay, so now I think we're going to get on to 3-point technique. Okay, so when I've normally got a client in person, I will figure out where their imbalances lie, and I will check whether they've got over-energized points in the meridian or under-energized. Because I can't do that, obviously, I'm teaching you what's called a 3-point technique, which is where you sedate a meridian and then you strengthen it and then you control it. And that way it brings about balance to the whole meridian. If you had your gallbladder removed, this is a really, really great technique to bring balance to your whole system. So I hope you can join in, and it's really helpful for you. Okay, so we're going to start off. The first point is gallbladder 38. It is, so come from, actually I'm going to move the camera down a little bit so you can see where I'm holding on my ankle. So you're going to come from your ankle straight up, and it's about 4 fingers above where your ankle bone is, but on the inside, okay? So you're going to hold there together with small intestine 5, which is just on the top side of your wrist, just where your wrist bends, okay? I'm just going to hold these two together. So what this does when you're holding gallbladder together with small intestine is allowing you to make good decisions by letting go of judgments. So if you can remember when we were doing the small intestine class, the affirmation that goes along with small intestine is, I know what I want. I am decisive. So if you're really struggling to make decisions because you're holding on to judgments, either of yourself or other people, then this can be a really powerful hold for you. Okay. And you can just massage, hold on to them. So I've just explained the sedating points. So we're holding on to gallbladder 38 and small intestine 5. Now, small intestine 5, it is a really good point. All of the points right along the wrist can be really powerful just to massage and rub. Okay. So that can be quite crunchy, especially if you've been doing a lot of typing or writing. And you can just affirm to yourself, I know what I want. I am decisive because I let go of judgments easily and I assert myself peacefully. And just hold here for a little while and think about what that means for you. And usually I hold them until I feel a sense of tingling or heat or a pulse in my fingers. So I'm going to hold here together for a little while. And you can just massage, see how it makes you feel. And sometimes if you've been holding on to difficult emotions, if you've been feeling angry, then this can take a little bit longer to shift at times. So just be aware of that. Okay. So I'm already starting to feel a slight shift going on internally. Whenever you're holding acupressure points, just be aware of how your body feels before and after if you notice any shifts. And I've started to notice a little bit of a pulse in my fingers. So I'm going to move on to the other side. Now, sometimes it can take up to 3 minutes for that to shift, and sometimes it can be 2. Just be aware of whatever it feels for you. And sometimes you might not necessarily feel that subtle shift. It doesn't mean it's not working. Just do it until 3 and then move over. There will be something going on. You're just not picking up on it. The more that you work with them, the more you can notice that subtle energy. Okay, so you're going to do the same on the other side. So just 4 fingers just above your ankle bone, just in line with your 4th toe, and then holding on to the bend at your wrist just above where your pinky is. Okay, so just come from your pinky straight down on top. You're going to hold there where your wrist bend is. Okay, so when you're holding here, the color for gallbladder is green, which is why I've got a green skirt on today. That really helps balance that out. The color for the small intestine is red. So I like to control those now holding on to these points. And perhaps if there's been a time where you've been beating yourself up or judging yourself for not being good enough or making decisions, then you can take this time to just imagine giving yourself some roses or whatever red nice flower you want to. Okay. And just breathe nice and deeply. So just gallbladder points are one of the few sets where you can't do two at the same time. So I'm gonna move down to the fourth toe to strengthen it now. So when I say sedating and strengthening, it's not necessarily actually taking energy away from or giving energy to a meridian. It's more like spreading energy along a pathway so that it can work like a good functioning road rather than a road with pitfalls and so on. And when you start to feel that shift, you just bring your fingers down to your fourth toe. Actually, no. Yeah. So from actually a few inches up from your fourth toe. Not directly on the toe, but just a couple of inches above it. So just here. And same on the other side. So you can bring it like so, 2 inches above the toe. And then with your other fourth finger, you're just going to press into the point just below your big toe, your pinky toe. So just where your pinky toe ends, I'm going to hold there and about an inch above your fourth toe. Okay. And this is the strengthening point for gallbladder together with your bladder. So your bladder point on your pinky toe, you can remember from the previous class, is all about feeling joyful, hopeful, and fully alive. So it's really hard to feel that way if you're holding on to judgments of yourself or others. So take this time to think about how you want to assert yourself peacefully so you can let go of judgments, so you can feel hopeful about the world. You know, a lot of the people at the moment are probably feeling like our government is really letting us down and they're losing hope. So hopefully with holding these points, you can shift out of that mentality and feel that in some way all these protests might lead to a better world. At least that's what I am trying to stay positive about just now. And appreciate the fact that we have the right to protest just now in this country, which is great. And if you are watching internationally and you don't have that protest, then I really hope that you get soon. You get those rights. You can feel hopeful again. And just massage, press in at your second toe and just above your fourth toe. Really take a moment to just feel in how that makes you feel. And getting surprisingly hot. Keep on breathing nice and deep. Okay, that's a really nice shift now. So I felt that shift internally in form of a yawn. You might find when you do energy work, you get yawns or gargles, you might shake or jerk. Everything's absolutely normal, and just go with it and let yourself feel how your body wants to express itself. The last point is going to be crossing your fingers over to affect your large intestine meridian, and then put those crossed fingers onto your fourth toe. Okay, so just pressing down on your fourth toe now with crossed fingers, letting go of fear, guilt, anger, and shame, and living fully in the now, because you are capable of asserting yourself peacefully and letting go of judgment easily. Okay, so think about what that means for yourself. How can you assert yourself peacefully? How can you acknowledge that you are worthy of whatever it is that you want to accomplish this week? Okay. The gallbladder is all about getting things done and doing your heart's mission. So if you can focus on that, it's really great. What is your heart's mission just now? Really helping to get the energy of your gallbladder can help drive you towards that, so that you don't have that stuck anger making your choices for you. And as you breathe nice and deeply, just acknowledge where you're at. Okay. So that's the 3-point technique. You can always look up the points on innersource.net or get Donna and David's book, Eden Energy Medicine. You can always contact me for a personal session if you want to find out more, if you're really interested in the gallbladder and what other things that you can do to help support your gallbladder, or if there's any other meridians that you want to find out about, then let me know. Once I complete this series, I will be making it into the Meridian Mastery course. However, I have found that quite a lot of people have been enjoying these videos and don't really want me to stop and want to actually take part in a group. So what I've decided is that in a couple of weeks' time, I will be starting a group specifically on the radiant circuits. And that is all about joy. All of the radiant circuits are all about joy. And there is tons of different ways to stimulate your radiant circuits and make you feel joy. And I want to be able to facilitate a group of people. StreamYard allows 6 people in at a time. And if this time Monday evening works for you, then let me know. That is what I'm going to be using. However, if it doesn't, then message me on the Meridian Mastery and Meditation course group, and I will see if there's another time that suits a group of 6 people, because I really think it would be great fun to do the radiant circuits as a group, to help people feel their joy and move away from anger. So from that, you're going to come straight back into flushing your gallbladder meridian. Okay, so I'm going to run through everything that I was teaching today. So I've just finished the 3-point technique. You can look that up on innersource.net. Now we're going to go on to flushing your gallbladder. So you're going to start off at your toes, going straight up your legs, coming to the sides, working around the back, forward on the waist, back, around the back of your shoulders, coming back, straight up your head, coming around the back of your ears, forward, making a little circle at your forehead and down to your ears. We're going to go forward 3 times. So coming to your ears, straight up, making a little circle there, coming around your back of your ears, forward again, around the back of your head, forward onto your waist, back onto your hips, down and off your 4th toe. I'm going to do that again. So just from your temples down to your ears, make a circle at your forehead, and the back of your ears, forward onto your hairline, straight down the back of your head, forward onto your waist, back onto your glutes, off your fourth toe. One more time, you're going to just tap in, just get those fully in motion, straight down to your ears, circle around your forehead, and the back of your ears, forward onto your hairline, back down, round the back, onto your waist, onto your glutes, and off your fourth toe. Okay. Okay. So, okay. If you've just joined me now, this is a really great one. This is probably my takeaway from today. If there's anything that has got you really angry and you want to throw it all away, and I'm going to give you another chance to do so now. So just bring your hands out in front of you. Think about whatever it is that you want to throw away from today that's really annoyed you. Ball that up into your hands. Bring them up over your head and say your expletive choice, or just shh. I'm going to go with shoo. Okay. Shoo. 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 And just stay down there for a little while. Push it all out. And then slowly come back up. Give yourself a nice stretch out. Throw away all that stuff. Okay. From here, you're just going to come to gallbladder 31. Hands straight at your sides. Just curl your fingers up. There, you'll hit gallbladder 31. If you've got a headache, this is a really great massage point to work with. Clear out your sinuses. Okay. Continuing on with headache stuff, you can just pull your head apart with a crowd pull diagonally. This just helps energy flow through the gallbladder meridian at your head, just pulling it apart like so. Okay. Your gallbladder alarm points are just at either side of your rib cage, just about an inch from your sides, just underneath your rib cage. Got a couple of alarm points just there, and moving from there a couple of inches in just underneath your rib cage. Okay. And massaging just around your head can be really powerful. Just doing it for 10 seconds at a time, letting go, breathing out, and then coming back to it as many times as you need to. Gallbladder source point is at your ankles, just in line with your fourth toe, just massaging in there, getting rid of any crunchy stuff that's going on. It's really good to just flex your feet back and forth, really feeling that source point and get it really shifted. Okay. Your neurolymphatics are on either side of your breastbone, really massaging deeply in there, get stuff shifted out, really helps to clear out the lymph. And your neurovascular points are right on your collarbone, either side, just at the bottom here. And you can hold those points together with the top of your head, or you can hold the back of your knee. So you've got 3 points, one below the joint, one in the middle of the joint, and one outside the edge of the joint just above it. And you can hold there. So you can hold the back of your knee together with your collarbone, or you can hold the back of your knee together with the top of your head. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great night. Bye-bye.